Alright, we are going to start working on our perspective drawing of a city. So you should have a piece of paper, you should have a handout, ruler, okay, eraser, and drawing pencil. These are the things that we need. Alright, so first of all, let's go ahead and get your name and teacher up here in the corner. Alright. And we've got 5 different steps we're going to follow. And we're going to be drawing up here in the top left corner, just to kind of show, if I lay this on here. Okay, so we're going to be working in the top left quadrant, because you've got like 4 parts here. Okay, like quadrant, like 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to work up here in the top left quadrant, up here. So if you draw on another spot, it will work, but it's going to look different, so you might get a little confused about what's going on. So we're going to start with direction number 1. We're going to draw several rectangles around the central vanishing point, and these rectangles will be the tops of your skyscrapers. So what we're going to do first, step number 1. Right near the middle of your paper, you're going to draw a dot, and that's going to be the vanishing point. So go ahead and put VP for vanishing point. Okay, and then we're going to do these 2 buildings right here, the L-shaped building that's tipped on its side and the rectangle shape, and we've got to get them in the right spot. So what we're going to do is draw up here near the corner of the paper. So if you want to watch me do this first, okay, I'll make sure we're getting this in the right spot. So this is going to be an L-shaped building. It's going to be up here in the top left. And perspective drawing is drawing with your ruler. So please do not freehand this. That means drawing without a ruler. Alright, so I'm going to connect this together. Have like an L-shaped building here. And then up here, right off the corner, we're going to have a little square. I mean, it can be a square. It doesn't have to be a rectangle, but right off the corner, we're going to draw a second building. Again, these are the tops of the buildings. So it's just right off the corner. So half of it is sticking right of where this edge of the L is. Okay, some of it's sticking to the left, so it's kind of right off the corner, like right up here. That's what you want to do. Okay, that's what you want to go ahead and do. That's step 1. Now when you do your city, you're going to have buildings going all the way around the vanishing point. There's going to be a certain number you have to do. Okay, step number 2. We're going to next draw receding lines from each corner without passing through the top of a building to the vanishing point. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do this building first. So what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and you're going to draw to the vanishing point. You're going to go from the corner of the building to the vanishing point with your ruler. So make sure the ruler touches the corner of the building and the vanishing point. You're going to draw right along the edge of the ruler like this. Okay, and make sure you spread your hand out on the ruler. If you put your hand in one spot like this when you go to draw, sometimes it will move on you. So you want to have the corner of the building and the vanishing point, and you want to spread your fingers out like this, and then you're going to draw to the vanishing point like that. Okay, so these are receding lines. They're receding lines because they go away from you. If they were coming towards you, they would be called projecting lines. So these are receding as they're going away from you. So you should be able to get 5 lines, 5 corners like that. We're not doing corner number 6 because it's on the back side of the building. It goes around the back corner, so you won't see that one. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these lines kind of go on forever, and they just vanish and disappear at the vanishing point. That's why it's called the vanishing point. It just kind of disappears there. So that is step number 2. Alright. And then next, step number 3, we have, after you have drawn all of the receding lines, then draw the far end of each building, and be careful not to draw over other buildings. So now we're going to do the far end, which is this end that's down here. because we want to make it stop. Right now, here's the top, here's the side, and there's no bottom. So we need to draw the bottom of it to establish where the ground is. Okay, so I'm going to switch to a different color pencil. It doesn't really mean anything, the color. So what you're going to do is we're going to do one piece at a time and kind of work our way around the building. So you put your ruler on the line that you need. We'll start with that line right there. And if you take your hands and spread them out, when you slide the ruler down, you get a much flatter, straighter line. If you take one hand and just kind of slide the ruler down, lots of times it'll end up getting crooked. So if you take two hands and you slide it down, about halfway to the vanishing point or so, and what you're going to do is you put your pencil down and you draw a flat line right between these first two receding lines right here. Okay, so this line, okay, I kind of go over it with green, it might not show up really well, but this line right here, okay, then I slid it down and I stopped right here and I drew the same line right here. So this is a flat horizontal line, this is a flat horizontal line. So just like that. So this is this edge of the building right here. Okay. What you do next? Put your ruler on the line that you need up here next. So now we need this line. We want it to connect. So just like it connects on the top. So you put your ruler on this line and you go, this is the line we need, so I'm going to go ahead and make this green. Okay, you slide your ruler over to the right to where you stopped, using two hands again. Slide it over. We need that line right there. Right to where you stopped, right here. And you put your pencil down and then you draw up to the next line, like that. I'm just going over it a few times so you can see it better. So you can see how that is. So this wing of the building, this part of the building is done. We've got this side and we've got this side. So this line and this line are the same. This line and this line are the same. This is shorter and smaller because it's further away. It's down on the ground because it's receding. It's going away from you. Okay, the next line we need is this line, because it's got to connect. So it connects on the top right here, so we need this line. And I'm just going to go over that once again so you can kind of see what line I'm talking about. Okay, and from there, slide the ruler straight down to where I stopped, which is right there. Right in that point right there, and now put my pencil down there, slide and go over, draw it over to the right, where I slid the ruler down to right there. Okay, so that's the next line that you need. That's the next one. And then one more line to draw right here. So we went horizontal, horizontal, and the last line is going vertical up. So I'm going to go over that, and I'm going to take the ruler, slide it to the right to where I stopped, put my pencil down, and go straight up like that. Okay, so the bottom looks just like the top. It's just shorter and smaller because it's on the ground. No lines are going diagonal, okay, going at an angle. They're all horizontal, vertical is what you do. So that is step 3, and that's kind of confusing, okay, and how that works. So that's how yours should look, just like that. Step number 4, okay, is you're going to erase the receding lines from the far end to the vanishing point. So we no longer need these lines right here. So those are no longer needed. So what you're going to do is just take your eraser, okay, you're going to erase those off of there the best you can. Okay, we can get rid of those. These lines are no longer needed. So we had the building stop, and so we definitely do not need lines going onto and kind of like punching through the ground. Don't need those. So you erase all those out of there the best you can. Okay. Alright, I had some of my vanishing point disappear a little bit, so I'm going to go ahead and redraw some of that. Alright, so far so good. So now we're going to start drawing some of the details that we need on the building.